up, Gammies? So today's movie that I'm going to be reviewing is the new Netflix romantic comedy slash murder mystery called The Lovebirds, which is directed by Michael Showalter. You might recognize him as the director of another comedy, The Big Sick, which starred Kumail Nanjiani, who also stars in The Lovebirds. He's one of the co-leads, along with Issa. They play a couple of 4 years, Jibran and Leilani, who on their way to a casual dinner party with some friends, end up hitting a biker and then get themselves accidentally involved in a murder, which kind of looks like they did it, but instead of them going to the cops to explain the situation like any rational person would, they decide to follow a trail of clues in hopes of finding the actual murderer, identifying who he is, and then telling the police so they can clear their names. And of course, this being a romantic comedy, it puts their relationship to the test and chaos ensues. There's nothing particularly groundbreaking about The Lovebirds, but I did enjoy the pairing of Kumail Nanjiani and Issa. They're two very funny people, and together they make a believable couple. The first 5 minutes of this film I thought was done very well. It's well written, it's well performed. All it is watching Jibran and Leilani getting ready for this night out, and they're just sort of bickering back and forth at each other like any couple would, getting ready for a night out. And yeah, they're just arguing about inane and random stuff. It just flows very organically. They are very funny together, and I was enjoying watching them bounce off each other. And I could have honestly just watched 90 minutes of these two just hanging out, interacting, and having domestic squabbles. But as soon as the plot kicks off and they hit the biker and then they start getting involved in all this crazy murder business, it starts to lose steam. It gets more convoluted as the film goes on. Fortunately, because the pairing of Kumail Nanjiani and Issa is quite delicious, I did enjoy the film, but I wouldn't say I was laughing out loud a lot. It was just sort of passable entertainment. Thank God it was only 90 minutes. Any longer than that, I feel like it would have been a drag because the ending of this film is kind of a whimper. The villain of the film, played by Paul Sparks, shows up and conveniently monologues his motives, explains everything about how the plot threads come together. It's very helpful, but it's also very lazy. It just feels like it's spoon-feeding all the information to the audience in just one monologue. It's just lazy writing. There's also bits in this which don't add up, but to talk about it is a little bit spoilery. So if you're planning to watch this and don't want it spoiled for you, I'm gonna put a little time on the screen right now for you to jump ahead to. That's where I'll stop talking about plot spoilers. But yeah, if you have no qualms about me talking mild plot spoilers, then stick around now. So yeah, there's a scene in the middle of the film where Jibran and Leilani break into this apartment to find out more information and end up interrogating this random frat guy. Anyway, all the while they're interrogating this guy, in the background of this apartment, on the other side of the apartment, is the villain. He's come in and he starts killing all these random frat guys. Unbeknownst to Jibran and Leilani, they're just sort of interrogating this guy, so they're unaware of what's happening in the background. But when they exit this scene, the villain comes into the room, and all of a sudden Jibran and Leilani are hiding in this closet, which makes no sense because they were completely unaware that he was even in the flat. So why are they hiding? It just feels like there's a scene missing here. It's either bad writing, bad directing, or bad editing, or maybe it's a combination of those. But still, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. Why would they be in the closet if they were unaware that something was going on in the other side of the apartment? Somebody should have caught that. It's basic character and plot continuity. There's also a plot involving some sort of secret sex club organization, which doesn't really go anywhere. Gunn also has a small role in this as some random conspirator called Edie, and it's a rather thankless role for her because her character just gets forgotten about after a certain point. There's no closure or conclusion to her character or her husband, so just like, okay. In the end, guys, I had an okay time watching The Lovebirds because the two leads are a great pairing. I did get some enjoyment from their prickly back and forth banter. They really keep this film together. In fact, without them, I probably really would have disliked this film because the script is rather mediocre, but they do manage to elevate it a little bit with their comic timing and natural chemistry. So let's ask those three questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Although I didn't hate this film, I don't see myself watching it again. Question number two, do I recommend it for you guys? I mean, if you're looking for a by-the-numbers distraction, sure, it's a nice enough date night movie. It's not unwatchable. There's a nice dynamic between Kumail Nanjiani and Issa to enjoy. but it is rather forgettable. But that's the beauty of Netflix. It's there on the platform if you want to watch it. Not have to pay anything extra for it, so why not? And question number 3, what score do I give it out of 10? I'm going to give The Lovebirds a score of 5 out of 10. But as always, guys, this is just one bloke's opinion. I want to hear from you. Have you guys watched The Lovebirds? What did you think of it? Did you like Issa and Kumail Nanjiani? Did you dislike this film? Whatever you think, be sure to let your voice be heard in the comment section down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to watch more content of mine, don't forget to click subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, all in the video description as well. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.